Hello my dear students, in the previous video we studied about the nutrition in animals, like how the mode of nutrition is different in different animals. We studied about the infants, how the infants suck milk, about the starfish and other aquatic animals. We studied briefly about the digestive system, what are the special organs involved in the digestion of the food. So today we are going to study about the nutrition in animals, and this is the second part. And in the second part we are going to study about nutrition, what are the steps in the nutrition, and also about the mouth and the buccal cavity. The mode of nutrition in animals and human beings is heterotrophic mode of nutrition, and we depend directly or indirectly on the plants or plants parts. Yes, so the steps that is involved in nutrition are the ingestion. First step is the ingestion, then comes digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. Lastly is the egestion. The taking in of food is called ingestion. Ingestion means we take in food. We generally pick up the food with your hand and put it inside your mouth. So the process of taking in food is called the ingestion. What do you mean by digestion? You know that we eat complex food and insoluble food particles we eat, so it has to be broken down into simpler substances. So how it will be broken down into simpler substances? Through certain enzymes, and also in the mouth there are teeth and tongue, so it mixes, churns, and also it breaks down the food and food into simpler substances. So this is called the digestion, the breaking down of complex substances into simpler substances so that it is easily absorbed by the body is called the digestion, so that it is digested in the human body. What do you mean by absorption? That is the third step. Third step is absorption. You know, when the food is digested inside the human body, it needs to be utilized by the body. So the absorption occurs, it is absorbed by the cells of our body. The blood vessels absorbs the nutrients of our body, and this is called the absorption. So the absorption takes place in the small intestine. Now the fourth step is assimilation, how it is assimilated and it is used further. So the food we eat, it gives us energy. We eat the food for the energy and also for the growth. The protein generally we take for the bodybuilding food, it is for the growth. So children generally take protein because it means a lot for them, because they are growing, so they need a higher amount of protein. So it is utilized by our body so as to repair if any damaged part is there, so it repairs it. Also it is needed for the growth, and also it provides energy for work and play. So it is required by a body for doing certain functions. Yes, so the assimilation is the utilization of the food, and it is used for different function. So the unwanted food, it is ejected out of the body, and it is the last process called the egestion. So it generally occurs in the large intestine, where the unwanted particles are ejected through the body, and through the anus it comes out. So ingestion takes place through the mouth or the buccal cavity, and the egestion takes place in the anus, and the other three process occurs in the midway. So this is all about the steps of nutrition. Now coming to the human digestive system. What do you mean by what is the human digestive system? We have discussed about that how the food goes through the mouth, then it through the esophagus, it reaches the stomach, which is J-shaped organ, and after the stomach there is a small intestine, and after the small intestine it goes to the large intestine, and the end of the large intestine is the rectum, and through the anus it comes out of the body. That is, it is ejected, or the egestion happens through the anus. So we will study about the first step, how we've taken food. So it occurs in the mouth or the buccal cavity. So mouth also, we take in food through our mouth. We eat various kind of food, and we eat through your hand and put it inside your mouth. So what happens in the mouth? Generally in the mouth, we have teeth, we have tongue. Yes, so what do our teeth do? Our teeth grinds the food, it cuts the food. When we take a bite, what do you see when somebody says take a bite of this? So you cut through your front teeth, so we cut, you chew, you grind and make it into fine paste, and then it is through the esophagus, it goes to the stomach. So the food is chewed by the teeth, and in the mouth there are special glands also present that helps in the digestion. What are the glands? They are the salivary gland, and salivary gland secretes saliva which contain a special enzyme, and this is called the amylase, which helps in the breakdown of the carbohydrate or starch into simpler substances, that is sugar. So what all the starch we take, the potato is a starchy food we take, it has to be broken down into smaller substances. How it is broken down into smaller substances? With the help of the saliva. Even when you eat the very dry food, there is a saliva in your mouth, and what happens? It makes it moist so that it can be easily swallowed through the throat, and it goes through the esophagus to the stomach. So this is about the gland, that is the salivary gland. In the picture you can see the salivary gland present in the mouth. Now coming to the tongue. What is the function of tongue? We speak with the help of tongue. If tongue is not there, will you be able to speak? No. Yes, it helps in swallowing and mixing the food. When we eat, when you chew the food, tongue also helps in mixing the food. Yes, and it has special buds present. When you taste something, it is sweet, sour, bitter, salty. It is all with the help of the tongue. So tongue contains a special bud. You can see over here the tongue has a special bud that are called the taste bud, and the taste bud at the tip of the tongue, we have a sweet taste bud. We have the sweet taste bud, and on the both side of that sweet taste bud there is a salty taste bud, and on the back side, on both side we have the sour taste bud, and at the end, inside of the tongue, it is a bitter taste. When you taste something bitter, with the help of this taste bud you will able to recognize what it is. Yes. So we have a teeth also present. If you don't have a teeth, will you be able to chew? No. You will be able to cut anything? No. So it is very important to have a teeth. So in the human beings, when the child is born, after 9 months or 6 months, teeth come out, and they are till the age of 6 years or 5 years. So these are called the milk tooth. They are called the milk teeth, and the milk teeth are around 20 numbers, and gradually the milk teeth goes off and the permanent teeth comes out, and is the last teeth. As long as we are alive, we have to save the permanent teeth. So the permanent teeth is very important, and I have made the diagram for the permanent teeth. What are the different types of permanent teeth we have? We have generally 4 types of teeth. In the front, if you will see, in the front there are 4 teeth. In the middle, in the front we have 4 teeth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and it is present in the upper and the lower jaw, and this is called the incisors, and these incisors are used for biting and cutting. So when you will put something, biscuit, you bite with help of this, the front teeth, and it is used for the biting and cutting. Adjacent to that, you can find canines, the pointed structure like this, and it is called a canine like this. These canines help in tearing and piercing. It is mainly the tearing and the piercing teeth. The flesh-eating animals, the carnivorous animals, they have a very sharp canines. So these are nothing but for tearing it. So these are called the canines. But we have very small canines for eat our food. Okay, after that we have premolars. On both sides, 2 premolars are present. These are the premolars. On both sides we have 2 premolars present, and these premolars are used generally for crushing it. When we eat the food, it is crushed with the help of the premolars. After the premolars, we have three sets of molar teeth. 3 on this side and 3 on this side. The last one is called the wisdom tooth, which generally comes out after certain age, say after 28. In some, it is different for different adults. Okay, so this is the wisdom tooth that comes out, and it is on both the sides and in both the jaws. So there are around 4 wisdom tooth in our mouth, and which comes out after a certain age, say 28 to 35 years of age. So molars are generally grinding teeth, and they help in grinding the food and making into fine paste. So these are all the structure about tooth. In the molars, you can see the molars are very strong tooth, and they have special fissures on them. The root is like this, and the others premolars, we have root. The other tooth I have root like this, and they are grasped inside the gums. The gums also contains the blood vessels and the nerves. So it is very important to brush our teeth twice a day and to remove it from the germs. We have many bacteria inside our mouth. So these bacteria, what do they do when any food particles is left over? Inside, in between the teeth or inside the mouth, they secrete certain acids, and they make, and this results into tooth decay. So in order to avoid it, after eating anything sweet, we should rinse our mouth, and we should brush our teeth twice a day. So it is very important. Also, so this is all about the different types of teeth present in an adult. So today we studied about the steps in the nutrition, and also about the mouth and the buccal cavity. We also studied about the tongue, the different taste bud that is present in the tongue, and the different types of teeth present inside the mouth, and also their functions. Thank you.